All right, Coach, the bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Cleveland Browns. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
Get in the weight room.
Check, crunch. Leo. Back. Rock it.
Check three.
Roll out. Switch snap.
Here's Bell. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving.
Hey, Sam off. Look at me. Go.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game.
Check curl.
Go.
Check three. Check.
Look at me. Zipper.
25. Check 25.
Big grip.
2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. They'll look to throw here. Well, he's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check nickel. Real. Run.
Hey, Delta.
57's run.
To throw, Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ricky Seals-Jones, 81 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo. Go.
942. Let's go.
80 weapons.
Man up, D. Man up, D.
No get it.
Now back to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Big dash. Come, come.
Yo, go, go.
Check 30.
Look, squeeze.
Check safety, check safety.
Hey, Wahoo.
We got double up, double up. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Ready?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Let's go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
57, Mike 57.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
57 to Mike. 57.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 60 yards.
Browns first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football, but any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too, but it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him, and this one was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Demetrius Harris, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Seibert on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Browns 14. Jets nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24-25.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Jets nothing.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check three.
Under 10, 10. Hard. 10.
Bell.
You got that.
9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Ready?
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Yep.
Watch the screen. Wide.
Leo.
Check it back.
Rock it. Snap.
They'll drop to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Get that. Hurry. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
On third down, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
61. Match Fox. White.
He don't want it.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. To try again after the sack. Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. A big play that time for Cleveland. .44 yards.
A pickup of 44 yards on the play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Regular.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
A second down throw for Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Landry. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Real. You got 4. Let's 57.
Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield on play action. He finds his target, Beckham. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. That's out to Chubb, complete.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Jets. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
57, come on. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
57's the mic. Hey, Alpha. Here we go.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Run.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
In your face.
2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. off at about the 31. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
218, chopper. Yes, yes.
They'll set up the throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Pistol. These babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side.
Hey, 133.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. It's a foot race. The 40, 30, the 20, 10. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
It's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Let's go, let's bring it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Mayfield, flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
2nd down and goal. Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. . 2nd 2 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 The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
At the 49-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
152 fighter. Check 26, check 26. Showing up, showing up. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. 5.
Second and 5. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, lock it.
Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Switch.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not to.
And caught by Thomas. He's got a Jets touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield looks to throw, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
A gain of 13 yards.
You think back to last year when these two teams met in Week 3. That was a big one for the Browns franchise and for Baker Mayfield. Mayfield came in relief of Tyrod Taylor and broke the Browns' 19-game losing streak, beating fellow rookie Sam Darnold 21-17. And after the game, a lot of you will remember Browns management unlocking the, shall we call them, refreshment fridges that had been padlocked for so long until the Browns got that victory. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Nice 57. 57's mine. Ricky. 57's the mine.
Mayfield. Going up top. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson.
The first down pass. Complete to Bobby Anderson.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit,
At the 29-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, Delta.
Nice 42. Nice, sweetheart.
Go.
Nice 42.
Hard. Leo. Ready?
2nd and 1. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, zoom.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Ready.
Mike 42, check. Mike 42. Here we go.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Go. Rock it. You're out.
Tighten up.
Hit it.
He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop the throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
They're critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Go. Spine. Hey, Sam off. Look at me. Go. Go. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Back to throw here. Caught here by Bell. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
Set up. 8, read.
All right, here we go.
Hey, wahoo. Hey.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic.
Go.
2nd and 4. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 4-2, Mike 4-2. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Now back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 11. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, break.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Yes. Fair.
Rush in.
Hey, lock it.
Rush in.
Buzz. Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Slam. Kill. Watch out.
Smooth.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Well, dump-off gets him 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
They'll look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Look at me. Zipper. Hard. Hard. Greystone travel.
SOS. SOS.
Leo. Leo. Rocket. Now.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Go.
Mike Spoke. Coming for you.
Five.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Mac Wilson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 3.
Hey, Sam on. Look at me. Door. Yo, go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Push him back. 57 to Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
44, Mike, 44. Oh,
Coaching spell.
check three. Check.
Fan.
Check.
Hey, lock it.
Check 20.
Hey.
Check nickel.
Shoot.
Back to throw. That one complete to Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Browns drive about to get started. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
He better figure whatever the reason is. He better. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's 2nd down.
50.
180.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for that.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
57's the mic.
Mayfield on 3rd down from his end zone. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
No. Off. Check. Hard.
2nd and 11. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check safety.
Rock it.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's now 4th down.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Go out. Hey, Sam off.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.